Fucking lord, bro.
Fucking lord.
All right, welcome to the lore. I'm Zach.
I'm Sebastian.
We've got a fun little episode for you today. So obviously this summer we've got the upcoming Club World Cup coming to the United States. So we thought we'd go through the groups, make our predictions, and figure out who's winning this thing.
And just generally bullshit about some of the teams that we like and some of the teams that we may never have heard of,
Yeah.
and you may never have
I
heard
mean,
of.
it's a completely new format.
Yeah.
Nothing's been done like this. It's going to be some interesting matchups that you've never thought you'd see.
Yeah, interesting that two big tournaments in 1 year, we get to see completely new formats. I mean, we got to experience a
Champions
pretty
League.
new format for Champions League, and now we're going to experience it for Club World Cup right around
Yeah.
the same time. So,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, but all right. Well, let's get into it.
So, Group A,
Yeah, Group A, we've got Palmeiras from Brazil,
Porto.
Porto, Al Ali from Egypt, and Miami.
Inter, come on.
So, I mean, the obvious favorite to win this group, I think, would be Porto.
Yeah, I mean, probably just based on caliber, but I honestly, I wouldn't rule out Miami because
No.
obviously you still kind of got
You got
pretty
Messi.
stacked squad and you got Messi, but also made us. I don't know what it is, but on Portuguese squads, they go pretty hard sometimes.
Mhm.
Like, you never know. They might bring it. They might be a random cause of an upset, but I'd probably agree with you that it's a Porto in first place in the group and Inter trailing very closely
All
behind.
right, so we got Porto number one. You think Miami?
Yeah,
All right. I mean, it's kind of a crapshoot with these three, but I mean, Palmeiras and
I would put
Ali.
Palmeiras third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I agree with that. I mean, likely outcome. Group B is a stacked one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
PSG, Atletico Madrid, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders. This is where it kind of gets interesting because hypothetically PSG, let's say they win the Champions League, how much effort do they really put into this?
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like if they do win the Champions League, why wouldn't you also want to win another major cup in the
Agreed.
same summer? That would be a pretty cool accolade. If I were them, I would want to shoot for that. But
Then again, you've got star-studded world-class players. They've had a long season. They've just
they're
won.
ready for some rest, probably.
They just won Ligue 1 and a Champions League, hypothetically.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I might give Atletico an edge.
I
Because of
honestly
that?
think Atletico has the edge, period, actually. I think that Atletico just had a little bit harder of a time in Champions League. I mean, they got screwed by that decision
Mhm.
against them. I mean,
Against Madrid.
the usual bullshit from Madrid.
Yeah.
Just absolute shithousery. I don't know how you pull out these fake ass wins, but whatever. I'm gonna put Atleti top.
All right. I like that.
PSG probably
Probably,
trailing
yes.
closely behind. Yeah.
I mean, I think just the quality, even if they're not starting, everybody kind of beat out Botafogo and definitely Seattle.
Yeah. I'm still probably gonna put Seattle last on this one.
I would agree with that. So we got Madrid, PSG, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, that's how I would put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Group C: Bayern, Auckland, Boca Juniors, and Benfica. Another incredibly fun group.
Yeah.
I obviously I'd say I'd Bayern easy favorite, but I could see this going any which ways.
I've got to say, I probably would put Bayern as a favorite. I mean, it seems like that's kind of a no-brainer, but something about that Bayern Boca game, I don't know what it is,
In
but the
Miami?
electricity. Yeah. I think the only thing that would be cooler to watch would be like a Bayern Boca game either at the Allianz or at the Bombonera. Like, that would
Yeah.
be wild.
Yeah, I feel like that game might determine the group.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Yeah. So Bayern up top,
Boca second.
easily.
Benfica.
Benfica and Auckland. Yeah.
I like it. All
Sorry, Auckland.
right.
It's a hard group.
Tough
yeah.
group.
Benfica is really not even that bad. Just Boca and Bayern are just kind of powerhouse. I mean,
Yeah.
Cavani's still on Boca, I believe.
Mm.
Like Bayern is an unreal squad. Like Jamal Musiala alone, in my opinion.
That's all you need. All right, Group D: Flamengo, Tunis from Tunisia, Chelsea, and D4, a team to be named.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty wild that they still don't have that last team.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there, but
I've got to imagine that if it's still something that hasn't been named, it's probably from a country that's not as developed as far as their infrastructure with the sport. So, given that it's Flamengo, I would probably put Chelsea and Flamengo first and second. I'm assuming that this Tunisian team is good enough to hold their own. The Tunisian national team is actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would put them third, and then, yeah.
D4 in position 4.
Random blank team is fourth.
All right.
This is a fun group.
Group E.
Yeah.
River Plate. Gotta be honest with you, I don't even know what team this is. Urawa from Japan, I believe. Monterrey from Mexico, and Inter Milan, another Champions League finalist.
I'm going to say Inter River.
I don't know, Monterrey, they got Sergio Ramos right now. They're a decent squad.
Yeah, but Inter is Inter. I mean, you
Yeah,
got to
I
also
know.
remember
Inter
they're
at number
literally
one.
in the Champions League
Yeah,
final.
no, I agree.
And River Plate, I mean, River, they're wild, bro. Like, they are scrap dogs.
I mean, we
like,
talked
they
about
do not
Bayern
give
and Argentina
anything.
matchup, Germans versus Argentinians. This is going to be Italian Argentinian, also going to be a crazy matchup.
Yeah, man. So I would probably put it in that order, and then, yeah, I mean, Monterrey, they've got to be close behind. I'm sorry, Japan, the Urawa Reds. Urawa Red Diamonds.
You're coming in fourth.
Yeah.
All right, Group F: Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund, Ulsan from Korea, and the Sundowns from South Africa.
Yeah, to me, it seems like a no-brainer.
I think, but I don't know. Dortmund was kind of hit or miss in the Bundesliga this season.
But it's still Dortmund. They still perform well in tournaments.
I would not be surprised if you saw Fluminense win this group.
I could see that. I mean, they'd have to bring it.
That wouldn't shock me.
They'd have to bring it.
I mean, I feel like that's a team that brings it.
Yeah, I could understand. I mean, I don't necessarily agree. I still feel like Dortmund would probably pull out just because of how they are in tournaments. But I definitely think that, like, you've got a solid point. Like, it is kind of up in the air right now.
For the sake of shaking
let's
things
spice
up,
it up. Yeah.
Let's put Fluminense winning.
Dortmund.
I'm
going to say Ulsan. I think Korea probably has a better scene for the sport than South Africa.
Okay.
Sorry, Tart.
I agree with that. All right, Group G, your City Boys. Wydad from Morocco, Al Ain, and Juventus. Another fun group.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. It's an easy one for me. I'm definitely going to go City, UV, Wydad, and Ain.
Yeah.
I personally just think Morocco has a much stronger team than Saudi Arabia.
What they did in the last World Cup.
What they've done in the last several World Cups has been nothing short of amazing.
Yeah.
Incredibly fun team to watch. I mean, to take down Spain the way that they did in that game.
Yeah, now that would be a fun team to watch, but unfortunately I don't think they make it through the group stage in this one.
Yeah, they'd have to really, really bring it to Juventus, or City would have to just not show up. I mean, if we're gonna have City's academy players, I guess maybe. But if you got a full
City FA Cup, like that team shows up.
Get out of here, bro! Get out of here! Can't hear you over your second place finish. Oh, this group.
Group H: Real Madrid,
I'd be
Al
happy to
Hilal,
just scrap this group entirely.
Pachuca, and Salzburg. I mean, we know how this is going to end up.
Yeah. So Pocket Liners FC.
Hilal, Pachuca, and Salzburg.
Salzburg is a definite.
For second place?
Yeah. You don't agree?
I mean, I would lean that way.
Who are you
But-
thinking is going to bring it?
I mean, I don't really know what differentiates either of those teams. I feel like they could all beat up on each other. I mean, obviously Salzburg plays European football. They
Yeah,
play
I just feel like that
that
sets
level.
them apart already.
All right, and then I'll go with the Mexicans to pull it out for third place.
I could see that. Yeah. Overall,
Alright.
Hilal.
All right, so we'll go to the knockouts.
Okay.
Oh gosh, first matchup:
Who?
Porto, PSG.
I've got PSG on this one, honestly.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and I think we're both in agreement on the next one. Flamengo. Bayern.
Yeah. Poor Flamengo is just not going to survive that unscathed.
And honestly, I think what I'm most excited about for this tournament is that the quarterfinals and semifinals are probably going to turn into a Champions League light
Yeah.
with the teams.
Or
that
it
we've
will
seen.
be like an absolute like revenge fest.
Mhm.
Like teams that kind of squared up like in Champions League and
I mean,
had certain circumstances occur. Like
We
they're
know
gonna
our
come
picks
back.
are going to be right, which also sets up a PSG Inter match in the semifinals potentially. Now, that would be fun to see a Champions League rematch.
That
in the
would
Club
be
World
fun.
Cup. All right, Inter and Dortmund in a stadium close to our hearts. Bank of
Oh
America
yeah,
in Charlotte.
that's right.
So,
Yeah, my
yeah,
guess is probably Inter
Inter.
on that one. Yeah,
all right, City, Salzburg. I think we're both.
it's a City game. Yeah,
Atletico, Miami.
that's gonna
Fun
be
matchup.
That's gonna be a really
Messi
fun
versus Madrid. Obviously not Real Madrid, but I think the quality you have on Madrid is outshines an MLS club.
matchup.
Even
Well, I
if
mean,
it's
just
Messi.
think about how many like I see that, and to me, I'm thinking that's a lot of Argentinians on the pitch.
Yeah,
That's a lot of Argentinians on the pitch
Yeah.
from both teams.
yeah.
That makes it fun to me.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think they're gonna bring it. Like whichever way that game goes, even though I think it will go Atleti just based on the amount of stars that they have at a certain caliber. I guess it could go either way, but I'm gonna have a hell of a time watching that game.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Let's go with Atletico. All right, these are some fun matchups coming up. Chelsea, Boca Juniors in Miami.
Boca.
I was thinking the same thing.
I've got Boca
I
on
could
it.
see that happening.
Dude, I don't know a more Argentinian city in the entire continental U.S. than Miami. I mean, there's a reason Messi chose to
Yeah.
go to Miami, and it's not just David Beckham's good looks or his charm.
Yeah, I agree. I could see a big upset there happening.
But the next game is also going to be so fun,
That's
man.
going to be a hectic and wild game.
I definitely think I got Fluminense on it, but it's River. And like, could you imagine having like, for example, like the semi or quarterfinals be like
Yeah.
half UCL versus half Buenos Aires Derby?
Yeah. Like, oh man, like imagine if that game happened in like Buenos Aires or in Brazil. Like, that would be incredible.
Yeah, I don't really think that people who are not from Argentina can survive like away game in Buenos Aires.
Oh,
Buenos
dude.
Aires goes
The videos
crazy,
of
dude.
the Bombonera and the River Stadium are incredible.
Yeah.
The stadium shake. It's not even something you see in Europe.
Yeah. They go wild. Soccer is a religion down there.
All right, so we'll go with Fluminense.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think so.
Real Madrid and Juventus.
I'd like it to be Juve.
I would love it
I
to be.
think it would be fun, and honestly, I just love to see Real lose. But it's a tournament.
But
It's
FIFA plus
money based,
Real.
and FIFA. Yeah, it's kind of it's decided already.
All right, so we've got the first round. We'll go back to the top for the quarterfinals.
PSG Bayern.
These matchups are incredible.
I'm gonna go Bayern. I feel like
Of
Bayern's
course
got
you
it.
would.
I feel like Bayern's got it. I know it doesn't seem like this would be the result given what we saw in Champions League, but I've got to imagine that PSG is going to be a little bit more gassed at this point. Like, yeah, they were already gassed at the beginning of this tournament, but now they've made it this far,
Yeah.
and they didn't necessarily have easy games getting to that. I think Bayern just will have that little bit of break,
Yeah.
and that might make the world of difference.
On July 4th, too. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just coming up with stuff in my head, but I know technically this is a bigger trophy than the Champions League, but there's no way they're going to be more motivated to, put in the amount of effort as a Champions League campaign.
Yeah.
Like, that's the trophy they're gunning for, so I agree. I think Bayern can pull it out.
Yeah.
Inter Milan and Man City. I don't know if you're going to like my thoughts on this.
I don't know if I like my thoughts on this, but honestly, I'm kind of also like, I'm pretty undecided on it. Like, I still think the same thing. Like, at the end of the day, Inter will have had a lot more games at this point.
I agree.
Right before this. But City has also had the shakiest
It's not
season,
been
both
consistent.
in Europe and in England, that I've seen in a really long time.
And maybe Pep uses that as fuel to kind of push his way through this tournament, but their attack this season has not looked like their attack has the past few years, and Inter Milan is really good defensively, and they can shut them down, I think.
Yeah, Inter has the ability to park the bus, and we definitely suffered our attacking efforts for the season. I mean, we had a couple injuries, some big injuries, bro. Like Rodri and Holland being out at the same time for a massive chunk of the season eviscerated our hopes of doing well. To me, I think it could go either way. I honestly feel like I might lean City, though. Like, we're going to have a lot more of our healthy players, chilling back, ready. Like, players that were out with injuries are going to be coming back. Like, I think there's a reason to kind of put a little bit of effort. I don't know. To me, Rodri's just, such a, purist, work ethic guy. I don't see him as the captain being like, okay, guys, yeah, let's take it easy. Let's chill.
Is he going to be back for this tournament?
Yeah, I think so, man. I mean, he played already before the end of the season. Wasn't 100%, wasn't playing, wasn't starting, a lot. But it's still, at least a month after almost the end of the season for the Prem. I think he'll be okay, and if he's okay, I don't see him taking this lightly. I don't see him taking much that lightly.
I hear you. I still lean Inter.
Okay.
We go with Inter?
All right. I'll bite.
All right. Next half, Atletico Madrid, Boca Juniors. Gosh, the potential matchups in the semifinals.
Yeah, I'm going to have to unfortunately say Atletico. I think it's still going to be a fun game. Boca's going to really
100%.
bring it. But Atletico Madrid just plays at a different level.
And
they're a different caliber of squad.
This is setting itself up for a revenge match.
A Madrid derby?
A revenge match that goes to PKs that Atletico wins this time.
I mean, they absolutely robbed my boy Julian Alvarez.
So, yeah, that sets up the semifinals. First one, Bayern Inter.
Which is also a rematch from UCL. Dude, I'm gonna go Bayern. Inter's got to be gassed at this point, bro. If they survived City, come on.
I mean, I think this could go 50-50, but I hear you. We'll let our bias
They've
play
got
in.
to be tired
We'll
by
go
then.
Bayern, and then Madrid derby.
I want it to be Atleti, but it's a tournament. It's FIFA.
I think it could be Atleti.
I would be happy to see Atleti. I'm not even going to argue with that. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and, like, let's agree with
Well,
it.
given that
Just
our
wishful
picks
thinking.
are to happen, we're going with Atletico.
All right.
That sets up the final.
That is an incredible final. I don't really often find myself wanting to go to New Jersey, but I would definitely consider it for that.
Now, before we get into that, I don't know what I was expecting, but the potential matchups we have in the knockout round are incredible.
Yeah, and this final is amazing. If this ended up being the final, man, I would be so happy. I
couldn't be upset either way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would be rooting for Bayern in this situation.
But just like the squads that you've got facing against each other at this matchup, like if this all kind of plays out, like
I would love for Arsenal's future striker to come off a high, winning a trophy.
Leon. Yeah.
But
only one of these teams won their league, though.
Yeah.
The other was third.
But, I would say La Liga is much harder to win if your name's not Real Madrid or Barcelona.
It's true, but Atleti's done it a few times.
Yeah,
They've done it a good bit of times. Yeah.
So they will be hungry for silverware.
I might still go Bayern.
I like it.
I might still go Bayern.
Bayern Munich. They're winning the Club World Cup.
Bayern Munich. Let's see if it happens. Let's hope.
So, yeah, this got me a lot more excited for this tournament. There are some really fun games.
I'm pretty hyped.
Even in the group stages, there's some fun games that can pop up.
My only gripe is I just wish the U.S. got their shit together and made some of these games a little bit cheaper like they are in literally every other country. Europe, all of the games at this level and larger are cheaper. Even in third world countries, it's cheaper. Like, the U.S. just has to be so unnecessarily expensive.
This scarf that my Polish coworker got me.
Yeah.
I told her I'd pay her back, so she brought the receipt on there, and it says $49.90 was the Polish currency cost of this. I looked it up. It was less than $14 for a scarf, and it's like in Europe here, it's like you're easily paying $25, $30. 25
Yeah, I think we paid like $26.
Like, definitely worth it. But
26 quid.
But I was like, $14 for your club scarf is incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hoping they have it at a way where it's accessible, especially with fans coming from all over the world, from some lesser countries that aren't as developed, and people don't have the means to buy these $300 tickets.
And they start at like 300.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm excited. Obviously, you don't have to pay anything to really watch it on TV.
I believe DAZN's going to be exclusively streaming it.
Yeah.
So they'll all be in one spot to watch. So, but yeah, I'm very excited. We'll definitely have some games to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun summer. We've got a lot to unpack. We've got a lot of commentary, a lot of shit talking, and a lot of fucking lore.
Yeah, a lot of lore to come. So let us know what you think, who you think your champions are going to be, who's going to win the groups, and we'd love to discuss.
As always, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Zach.
And this is the lore.